Hello, everyone. I'm Dudu Sisters. Today we're going to talk about men's things. Have you noticed that many gay men are really brave before the age of 30, just like warriors on the battlefield, charging into battle without any problem? But once they are over 30, the situation is very different. For example, one of my best friends, her husband is a few years older than her, just over 30. She complained to me that her husband's ability in that aspect has obviously declined. She said that they used to be inseparable, and it was a must to go crazy every night. But now it feels that her husband is always unable to do it. She described it to me that when they were young, it was like a thumb, which could stand up completely and was extremely hard. But now, at most, it is like a middle finger, and the degree of standing up has been greatly reduced. Sometimes the state is not good, even like the ring finger soft, and the blood supply is obviously insufficient. There is also a neighbor sister. Her husband is also 40 years old. She said that they used to have no problem doing it 4 or 5 times a night, but now it feels strenuous to do it once a night. Why this? Many people think that there is something wrong with their diet, so they start to eat a lot of tonic food. But the result is that the effect is minimal. In fact, this has a lot to do with a lock in the perineum of men. We all know that male function depends on whether the blood supply is sufficient. Let me give you an analogy. Just like in winter, when our qi and blood are insufficient, our hands will be cold and stiff. At this time, if you touch your hands, many people will feel that they have no sensation or decreased sensation. Why? Because the qi and blood are frozen, there is no blood color on the hands. But it is different in summer. The weather is hot, and the qi and blood are sufficient all over the body. It feels very sensitive wherever you touch. The same is true for the lower part of a man's body, especially the corpus cavernosum, this important tissue. The stronger the blood supply capacity, the stronger the pleasure, the higher the hardness, and the darker the color, which means that the local blood lock capacity is stronger. I recently discovered two very practical methods, and you don't need to take medicine. I will share them with my sisters today, and you can also tell your husband quietly. The first method is to prepare a piece of old ginger, which must be the old kind. Cut ginger into slices and apply it to the basilar area. Put your hand over your buttocks and you will see a bone, which is the sacrum. There are 8 holes on the sacrum where nerves pass through. These nerves control the lower part of our body. Nerves are like wires. Pleasure from the lower part of the body must be transmitted through nerves, and nerves will also transmit signals to the lower part of the body. Therefore, nerves are very important. When applying the patch, you cannot apply it directly. You must first rub the basilar area with your hands to warm it up. Rub your palms back and forth repeatedly and quickly. Rub it about 50 to 100 times, and you will feel very hot. Then apply the ginger slices and keep it on for 10 minutes. During this time, the heat of the ginger will penetrate into the body, activate the deep nerves, metabolize the bad things on the upper part, and make the qi and blood more active. When the nerves have sufficient qi and blood supply, you will find that the lower part of the body will gradually respond. I recommend using this method for 7 to 10 days in a row. Maybe there will be unexpected gains. I have a friend whose husband used this method. She said that at first her husband didn't quite believe it, thinking that a piece of ginger could be of any use. But she held the mentality of giving it a try and asked her husband to use it for a while. The result was really good, and her husband felt much better. She was so happy that she came to thank me specially, saying that this method really saved their married life. There is another method that is also very good. That is, soak your feet in hot water every night before going to bed. Soaking your feet is not as simple as soaking your feet in water. You need to add some ingredients. You can add some wormwood leaves, peppercorns, etc. These are hot things that can promote blood circulation. When soaking your feet, the water temperature should be moderate, not too hot or too cold. Soak for 20 to 30 minutes and let your body sweat slightly. This can promote blood circulation throughout the body and is also good for blood supply to the lower body. I have tried this method myself, and I feel that after soaking my feet, my body is very comfortable and I sleep better at night. And I found that it is also helpful for married life. Speaking of this, let's talk about some knowledge about gender. In fact, it is normal for men to have some changes in their bodies after the age of 30. However, we can use some methods to delay this change and make the couple's life more harmonious. For example, maintain good living habits. Do not stay up late. Quit smoking unlimited alcohol and exercise more. Another thing is to pay attention to a balanced diet and eat more foods that are good for the body, such as nuts, seafood, fruits, vegetables, etc. In addition, communication between husband and wife is also very important. If you find that your husband has problems in that area, don't complain blindly, but care more about him and work with him to find a solution. You can go to the doctor together and listen to professional advice. You can also try some new ways to increase the freshness between husband and wife. Sisters, we must also learn to care for ourselves. Don't focus all your attention on your husband, but pay more attention to your body and feelings. Only when we love ourselves first can we love others better. In short, it is not terrible for men to have a decline in ability after the age of 30, and we can improve it through some methods. And I hope that sisters can have a happy and harmonious life as husband and wife. Let's work together to let the flower of love bloom forever.